Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. So today I'm doing another Crypto Passive Income 2020. This is episode 10, and in this series every 2 weeks I do an update where I go over all my different crypto passive income streams and what we've made over the last 2 weeks and also the year to date. Now, as always, there will be links to the previous updates in the description below, but without further ado, let's jump into the first table here, which is all staking coins and masternodes. Now, as I've mentioned over the last couple of weeks, I've got rid of all my NAV and energy at the moment, so I've got nothing coming in for the foreseeable future for those. So jumping down to Syndicate, we made 46 cents, NeoGas 56 cents, Metrics $4.63, nothing for Pivx this last 2 weeks, $1.13 for Helix, $5.29 for Icon, and nothing for energy. As I mentioned, energy and NAV coin, we don't have those coins anymore. The only difference, or the only kind of change, upcoming change, is Metrics. So they've announced a coin swap. It's going to be a 1-to-1 coin swap, which was a little bit frustrating. I think they've been far better off to do maybe 100-to-1, something like that. The trouble with Metrics now, it's trading around that kind of sub 1 Satoshi level, which I think basically in some ways kind of kills the project. It means that there's very, very little trading volume. I've talked about this kind of in the past, over the last kind of year or so, as it's dropped down in Satoshi kind of levels from in the kind of tens down into single digits. But we shall see what happens with that. I believe that's coming in the next kind of few months or something, so I'll keep abreast of that. But at the moment, just leaving our coins in Metrics and staking. It staked pretty well, so I'm happy to leave it for now. But after the coin swap, I believe the staking reward percentage will drop substantially, which in the long term I think is the only thing potentially that can kind of save the coin. But I really think they should have done a multiple for one coin swap. They put it to the community, and the community voted for a 1-to-1 swap. So we'll see what happens with that in the next few months. And then finally, the masternodes here. So our two Horizon secure nodes, excuse me, and we made $3.29 from that. So moving on to the next table, we've got all our crypto interest accounts. Now, before we jump into these, let me just make you aware, if you weren't aware, that BlockFi experienced a data hack a couple of days ago. There was a SIM swap on one of their employees' phones, and the intruder managed to get access to their marketing database. Now, they were quite quick at coming forward that it had kind of happened. I think in some ways they were a little bit blasé about some of the information that they said, oh, it's just kind of marketing information. So it was kind of, depending where you were in the world, included things like postal address, which if you have a large amount of crypto on their kind of platform, would be a real kind of worry. So if you had like 100 Bitcoins or whatever, and then on the dark web it's been released that your balance was 100 Bitcoins, here's your name, here's your postal address, etc., etc. I would be potentially somewhat concerned that somebody might, turn up at your house with a hammer and threaten you. So not a good situation kind of for BlockFi. There were no funds stolen or lost or anything like that, but it just goes to show, I think particularly at the moment with COVID-19 and so many people working from home, so it was a SIM swap that allowed the kind of hackers into the kind of system. I think it was identified quite quickly, but not before they downloaded this marketing database, or at least a substantial chunk of it. So yeah, a little bit disturbing there from BlockFi's point of view. It's all over the kind of crypto news at the moment, so we'll have to monitor what happens with that. But no BlockFi payouts in this episode. As I mentioned before, they pay out first business day of the month, so we'll be getting one in the next episode. On to Crypto.com, 43 cents from our MCO loan, $3.15 from our Ethereum loan, $14.38 from Bitcoin, and then onto Celsius, we made $19.72 from our Bitcoin Celsius loan. This is getting paid out in a Celsius token rather than Bitcoin, but still outperforming the Crypto.com equivalent, the Celsius one at the moment. And then finally our Celsius USDT, $14.40. So we seem to get a big extra kind of chunk. I don't know if something else kind of was added to that, maybe a referral bonus or something like that, but it was substantially more than I would normally expect. So I have to keep an eye on that kind of going forward, but a really good week for that nonetheless. And then moving on to the bottom two, we've got our advertising accounts here. So we have YouTube, $28.63, and LBRY once again above the YouTube revenue, $29.36. Both of these doing pretty well. I think some of my more recent videos have had a little bit more kind of traction on YouTube. I don't know if this is more indicative of the market in general, more interest in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and stuff like that. But certainly the advertising revenue up a little bit on where it's been over the last few updates. And LBRY, the price of LBRY token topping out over 5 cents. I think it went up to about 5.5 cents. It's currently dropped back down to about 4.5, something like that, but it's up substantially on where it was a few weeks ago. Overall, YouTube is still providing a little bit more revenue than LBRY, 145 compared to 113. But if this continues and the token price of a LBRY token continues to increase, that could be turning around over the next weeks and months. So grand total this episode of $125.43. If we look at the graph here, as I mentioned in the past, you can only really compare every other week. So 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, these are weeks where we've had our BlockFi interest payments, which are very large but only monthly, and then the updates in between, so the even numbered ones rather, so 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, you can compare those, and we're up substantially, as you can see here, 125, up substantially on our sort of 70 odd bucks on the last update. So we're up substantially, which is really nice to see. As I mentioned, $125.43. Total so far this year of $1,331.91, and obviously nothing this update from BlockFi. So a really decent update considering that. As I mentioned, we've got a substantial amount more in from advertising revenue than we have normally, and then a few little extra bonuses like this Celsius loan, giving a bit extra. Stuff like that. As I said, that I'm sure that was down to like a referral bonus or some kind of like additional bonus rather than the standard kind of interest. Our staking continues to tickle along, nothing kind of dramatic here. I'm waiting for pumps in any of these kind of coins to get rid of a few of them. 1 or 2 of them I might keep hold of. I think Icon I'll probably keep hold of, but all the rest of them I'm just waiting for a spike up in price, maybe during the next bull run, which hopefully is not that far away. Certainly the beginning of that, not that far away. So anyway, that's it for this update. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Always nice to hear from you, and I try and do my best to answer any comments. I have had a situation, I went through all my kind of comments the other day, and I don't always get notified of comments. I've also had a situation where a comment's arrived via email, so I've got a notification via YouTube that a comment's arrived, and when I've actually gone into the video that it was supposed to be attached to, the comments kind of not there. So I think occasionally they go astray. I don't know if that's Google sort of like deleting things that it thinks is spam. As always, it's really nice to hear from you. Please don't post stuff with referral links in the comments, because they do tend to get just automatically deleted or tagged as spam in Google. So if you do add anything with a URL, anything like that, it tends to get auto flagged by Google for spam. But anyway, that's it for this update. Thanks very much again for watching. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.